Do you wake up 3 or 4 times a night, stumbling to the bathroom, feeling like your sleep and confidence are slipping away? If you're over 60, you might know this struggle all too well, those restless nights, the frustration of a bladder that won't let you rest, and the quiet worry that this is just what aging feels like. It's a problem so many men face, yet it's rarely talked about. The exhaustion, the embarrassment, the way it creeps into your relationships, dimming moments that used to spark joy. But here's the truth. This isn't just getting old. You don't have to accept it as your new normal. Simple. Everyday habits can change everything, bringing back your energy, your confidence, and your connection to the life you love. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, an 85-year-old physician with nearly 50 years of experience helping men reclaim their vitality. Over the decades, I've worked with thousands of patients, men just like you, who thought their best days were behind them. They came to me feeling drained, disconnected, and unsure if change was possible. But time and again, I've seen them light up with hope as small, practical changes restored their health. Today, I'm sharing 3 daily habits that can protect your prostate, reduce those nighttime trips to the bathroom, and help you feel like yourself again. These aren't complicated fixes or expensive pills, just straightforward, science-backed steps you can start today. And trust me, the third one might surprise you. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher who came to me last year. He was exhausted, waking up 4 times a night to urinate, each trip leaving him more frustrated. It wasn't just the lack of sleep, it was how it strained his marriage. Robert loved his wife, Sarah, deeply. But he started pulling away, avoiding intimacy because he felt embarrassed, like he was less of a man. He thought this was just aging, something he had to endure. But with 3 simple habits, Robert turned it all around. His sleep improved, his confidence returned, and he and Sarah rediscovered the closeness they thought they'd lost. You can do this, too. Have you ever felt like your body's betraying you at night? Drop a 1 in the comments if this sounds familiar, or a 0 if you're here to stay proactive about your health. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 habits that can transform your prostate health, improve your sleep, and even strengthen your relationships. These are practical, easy steps backed by science, designed for men like you who want to live fully, no matter their age. Before we dive into the details, let's talk about why your prostate matters so much and how it's affecting your life more than you might realize. Your prostate is small but mighty when it's healthy. You barely notice it, but when it's not, it can turn your life upside down. It's a tiny gland with a big impact, and understanding what's happening inside your body is the first step to taking back control. For too many men over 60, the prostate becomes a source of frustration, disrupting sleep, sapping energy, and even straining relationships. But it doesn't have to be that way. Let's uncover what's going on and why simple changes can make such a profound difference. Picture a walnut-sized gland tucked just below your bladder, wrapped around the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. That's your prostate. Its job is to produce a fluid that nourishes and protects sperm, playing a key role in reproduction. It's also a gatekeeper for your urinary system, helping regulate flow. When everything's working smoothly, it's like a quiet partner in your body, doing its job without fanfare. But as we age, things can shift, and this little gland can start causing big problems. One of the biggest culprits is hormonal change. As men move past 60, testosterone levels naturally decline. This isn't just about feeling less energetic or noticing a dip in libido, It directly affects how your prostate functions. Lower testosterone can weaken the gland's ability to stay balanced. At the same time, a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, tends to rise. DHT is like a spark that fuels prostate growth, leading to a condition called Benign Prostatic Hyperplasia, or BPH. This enlargement is incredibly common. Studies show it affects up to 70% of men over 60. When the prostate grows, it presses on the urethra, like squeezing a straw, making it harder to urinate or leaving you with that frustrating feeling of not fully emptying your bladder. But hormones aren't the only players here. Stress, something we all deal with, can make things worse. When you're stressed, your body pumps out cortisol, a hormone that triggers inflammation. Over time, this inflammation can irritate the prostate, causing it to swell even more. It's like adding fuel to a fire suddenly. That small gland feels like it's working against you. The result: symptoms that creep into your daily life, trouble starting to urinate, a weak stream, or the constant urge to go, especially in the middle of the night. For some, it's a nagging sense that the bladder's never quite empty. These aren't just inconveniences. They can wear you down, steal your sleep, and make you feel like your body's betraying you. Now, here's where so many men get tripped up. They think this is just what happens when you get older. I've heard it countless times in my practice, Dr. Cole. Isn't this just part of aging? Let me be clear. It's not. Yes, prostate changes are common as we age, but science tells us they're not inevitable. Research from the Journal of Urology shows that lifestyle changes like the ones I'll share today can reduce symptoms by up to 40% for many men. You don't have to resign yourself to sleepless nights or awkward moments. Your prostate may be small, but with the right care, you can keep it from running your life. Let me tell you about Michael, a 65-year-old accountant who came to me feeling defeated. For years, he'd been getting up 3 or 4 times a night to urinate, each trip leaving him more exhausted. He'd always prided himself on being sharp and dependable, but the constant interruptions to his sleep left him foggy and irritable. Worse, it was straining his relationship with his wife, Linda. Michael started avoiding closeness, not because he didn't love her, but because he felt embarrassed, like his body was letting him down. He chalked it up to getting old, figuring there was nothing he could do. But when he came to me, we talked about what was really happening with his prostate. I explained how hormonal shifts and inflammation were at play, and how small, intentional changes could make a difference. Michael was skeptical at first, but he committed to trying a few simple habits. Within weeks, he was sleeping better, feeling sharper, and rediscovering the confidence he thought he'd lost. He even told me, with a shy smile, that he and Linda were feeling closer than they had in years. Have you noticed these symptoms creeping into your life? Maybe it's the constant trips to the bathroom, or that heavy, tired feeling that lingers. You're not alone, and you don't have to accept it. The good news is, you can start turning things around with habits so simple they're often overlooked. First, I want to share one that's all about how you hydrate. It's not just about drinking water, but when you drink, it can change everything. Let me share a secret that's so simple, you might wonder why you haven't tried it yet. It's not just about drinking water, it's about when you drink. This small change can make a big difference, cutting those frustrating nighttime bathroom trips by up to 40%. For men over 60, those constant interruptions to sleep can feel like a thief stealing your rest and energy. But by tweaking when and what you drink, you can calm your bladder, soothe your prostate, and get back to sleeping soundly. It's like giving your body a gentle reset, and it starts the moment you wake up. Think about what happens when you drink water throughout the day. In the morning and afternoon, plenty of water helps dilute your urine, which means less irritation to your prostate and bladder. Diluted urine is less likely to cause that burning or urgent feeling that sends you running to the bathroom. But here's the key after 6 p.m. It's time to ease up. By cutting back on fluids in the evening, you give your bladder a chance to stay calm overnight, so you're not waking up every hour. A study from the Journal of Urology in 2023 found that men who shifted most of their water intake to earlier in the day saw a 40% reduction in nighttime urination. That's not just a number, it's a game changer for your sleep and your peace of mind. Now, let's talk about how to make this work for you. Start your morning with 1 or 2 cups of warm water. It's gentle on your stomach and kickstarts hydration while supporting digestion. If you want a little flavor, add a squeeze of fresh lemon. It's not just refreshing. Lemon water can help flush out toxins and keep your urinary system happy. In the afternoon, try sipping corn silk tea or chamomile tea. These aren't just old wives' tales, both have been used for centuries to soothe inflammation in the urinary tract. Corn silk, in particular, acts like a natural diuretic that supports kidney function without overstimulating your bladder. Come evening, before dinner. Consider a small glass of water with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar mixed in about 8 ounces is perfect. This can support your kidneys and help balance your body's pH, which is great for your prostate. But here's what to avoid, especially at night coffee: alcohol and sugary drinks. These are like pouring fuel on a fire. They irritate your bladder and make those nighttime urges worse. Let me tell you about Linda, a 70-year-old grandmother who came to me worried about her husband, Tom. Tom was a retired mechanic, a man who'd always been full of energy, fixing cars and playing with his grandkids. But for months, he was waking up 4 or 5 times a night to use the bathroom. It left him exhausted, grumpy, and pulling away from Linda. She told me, "Dr. Cole, he's not himself anymore. Our evenings used to be our time to talk and laugh, but now he's too tired to even sit with me." It broke my heart to hear how this was straining their 45-year marriage. I suggested Tom try smart hydration. 8 cups of water spread across the morning and afternoon, a cup of chamomile tea after lunch, and no fluids after 6 p.m. except a small sip if he was thirsty. Within 2 weeks, Tom was sleeping through the night, sometimes waking up just once, if at all. Linda said it was like getting her husband back. Their evenings became special again, filled with conversations and even a little dancing in the living room. That's the power of a simple change like this. This habit isn't about drinking less water, it's about drinking smarter. You're giving your body what it needs to stay hydrated without overwhelming your bladder at night. It's a small shift that can bring big relief, not just for your prostate, but for your whole sense of well-being. Have you ever thought about when you drink your water? Could you try sipping more in the morning or switching to chamomile tea in the afternoon? Drop a comment below and let me know what you'll try tonight. I'd love to hear from you. Smart hydration is like laying a strong foundation for your prostate health. It's simple, it's free, and it works. But to take it even further, what you put on your plate matters just as much. Let's talk about foods that can love your prostate back to health. What if the food on your breakfast plate could protect your prostate and bring back that spark of energy you've been missing? It's not a dream. It's a reality. With 3 superfoods that are true game changers for men over 60. These aren't exotic ingredients flown in from a far-off place. They're simple, affordable foods you can find at your local grocery store. By adding them to your meals, you can soothe inflammation, support your prostate, and feel more like yourself again. Let's dive into how these foods work and how you can make them a delicious part of your day. First, let's talk about cooked tomatoes. These aren't just for pasta sauce, they're packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that acts like a shield for your prostate. Lycopene helps calm inflammation, which is a major driver of prostate enlargement and discomfort. Here's the key: cooking tomatoes actually makes lycopene easier for your body to absorb. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men who regularly ate cooked tomatoes had lower levels of prostate inflammation and fewer symptoms of enlargement. Whether it's a bowl of tomato soup or a side of roasted tomatoes, this vibrant red food is like a love letter to your prostate. Next up are pumpkin seeds, tiny but mighty. These little seeds are loaded with zinc, a mineral your prostate absolutely depends on. Zinc supports healthy prostate function and helps maintain testosterone levels, which can dip as you age. Just a handful a day can make a difference. Studies show that men with higher zinc intake have better prostate health and fewer urinary issues. Plus, they're crunchy and satisfying, making them an easy addition to your meals. Sprinkle them on your salad or toss them into your morning yogurt, and you're giving your body a nutrient it craves. Then there's the unsung hero, small oily fish like sardines and herring. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are like a natural anti-inflammatory for your entire body, including your prostate. Omega-3s help reduce the swelling that can make urination difficult and uncomfortable. Unlike larger fish, sardines and herring are low in mercury, so you can enjoy them regularly without worry. Research backs this up. Diets high in omega-3 are linked to a lower risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. Picture a plate of grilled sardines with a squeeze of lemon. It's not just tasty, it's a step toward feeling stronger and more confident. On the flip side, there are foods you'll want to steer clear of. Processed red meats, like bacon or hot dogs, deep-fried foods, hard liquor, and too much caffeine can stir up inflammation and make prostate symptoms worse. It's not about giving up everything you love, just making smarter choices to give your body a break. Instead of a greasy burger, try a hearty vegetable stew with tomatoes. Swap that extra coffee for a glass of water with a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds on the side. These small shifts add up. Let me tell you about James, a 62-year-old construction worker who came to me feeling worn out and embarrassed. For months, he was dashing to the bathroom every hour, even during his lunch breaks on the job site. It wasn't just inconvenient, it was humiliating. He told me, "Dr. Cole, I feel like I'm losing my edge, and it's starting to affect things with my wife." James loved his morning bacon and coffee, but he was willing to try something new. I suggested adding cooked tomatoes and pumpkin seeds to his meals, a tomato-based veggie scramble for breakfast, and a handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack. He also started having sardines twice a week for lunch, grilled with a side of greens. Within 3 weeks, James noticed a change. The constant urge to urinate eased up, and he felt a surge of energy he hadn't had in years. Best of all, he and his wife started enjoying their evenings again, laughing and planning weekend hikes. He told me, "I didn't realize food could make such a difference. It's like I got a piece of myself back." You can start this today with dishes that are easy and delicious. For breakfast, try a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with a handful of pumpkin seeds and some fresh berries. It's creamy, crunchy, and good for your prostate. At lunch, grill up some sardines with a side of cooked tomatoes, maybe seasoned with a little garlic and herbs. For dinner, A warm tomato-based vegetable stew with a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds is comforting and healing. Aim to include 2 or 3 servings of these superfoods every day. They're not just food, they're medicine for your body and your confidence. Which superfood will you add to your plate tomorrow? Maybe it's a handful of pumpkin seeds or a bowl of tomato soup. Drop a comment below and let me know what you're excited to try. I can't wait to hear from you. These foods are like a foundation for your prostate health. But to make them even more powerful, movement is the next piece of the puzzle. Let's explore a surprising habit that can seal the deal. Imagine this: a simple 10-minute walk after dinner could do more for your prostate than you ever thought possible. It's not about running marathons or hitting the gym. It's about a gentle stroll that can calm inflammation, ease your symptoms, and bring a lightness back to your step. For men over 60, this small habit can be a quiet revolution, helping you feel more in control of your body and your life. It's so easy you might wonder why you haven't been doing it all along. But the science behind it is what makes it so powerful. Let's walk through how this works and why it's such a game changer. When you eat, your blood sugar naturally rises, and that spike can trigger inflammation throughout your body, including your prostate. Inflammation is like a low-grade fire that irritates the prostate, making symptoms like frequent urination or discomfort worse. A 2021 study in diabetes care showed that walking for just 10 to 15 minutes after a meal can lower that post-meal blood sugar spike significantly, cooling down that inflammatory fire. What's even more surprising, short walks after each meal: breakfast, lunch, and dinner are more effective than a single 45-minute walk once a day. Those brief bursts of movement keep your blood sugar steady throughout the day, reducing the stress on your prostate every time you eat. It's like giving your body a mini reset with every step. But there's another layer to this habit that makes it even more powerful: pairing your walk with deep breathing. When you breathe deeply, inhaling for 4 seconds, exhaling for 6, and focusing on relaxing your lower abdomen, you boost circulation to your pelvic area. This increased blood flow nourishes the prostate and surrounding tissues, helping to ease swelling and improve urinary function. It's like a gentle massage for your insides, all from a simple stroll and a few intentional breaths. Together, walking and breathing create a synergy that supports your prostate in a way that feels natural and effortless. Here's how to make it happen. After each meal, lace up your most comfortable shoes and step outside for a 10 to 15-minute walk at a gentle pace. No need to rush. Picture a leisurely stroll through your neighborhood, maybe waving to a neighbor or noticing the sunset. If 3 walks a day feel like too much at first, start with just 1 after dinner is a great choice, as it sets you up for a calmer night. While you walk, practice deep breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, feeling your belly expand, then exhale slowly for 6 seconds, letting your lower abdomen relax. This isn't about perfection, it's about moving your body and giving your prostate the support it needs. If you're not sure where to start, even a walk around your backyard or down the hallway can do the trick. Let me tell you about Emma, a 67-year-old woman who came to me worried about her husband, David. David was a retired firefighter, a man who'd always been strong and active, but at 65 he was feeling heavy and fatigued. He'd complain about needing to urinate constantly, especially after meals, and it left him drained and withdrawn. Emma shared, "Dr. Cole, he's not the same. We used to take evening walks together, but now he just sits on the couch, too tired to move." It was heartbreaking to see how this was dimming their connection. I suggested David try short walks after meals, just 10 minutes, paired with deep breathing. He was skeptical. How could something so simple help? But he gave it a try, starting with a walk after dinner. Within 10 days, David noticed the urgency to urinate was fading, and he felt lighter, like a weight had lifted. Emma beamed when she told me they'd started walking together again, holding hands and talking like they used to. Those little strolls didn't just help David's prostate, they brought back a piece of their marriage. This habit is about more than just physical health. It's about reclaiming moments that matter. A short walk after a meal can make you feel energized, less bogged down, and more connected to the people you love. Have you ever tried walking after dinner to see how it feels? Will you give it a go tonight? Drop a comment below and let me know I'm rooting for you. This simple habit is a powerful way to support your prostate. But there's one more surprising practice that can take your health to the next level. It's a natural cleanse your body already knows how to do. What if one of the most natural acts your body is designed for could cut your prostate cancer risk by 1/3? It's a topic we don't often talk about openly. But today, I want to have an honest, judgment-free conversation about regular ejaculation and why it's a powerful tool for your prostate health. For men over 60, this simple practice, whether through intimacy with a partner or self-care, can do wonders, not just for your prostate, but for your sleep, mood, and overall vitality. Let's dive into why this matters and how you can embrace it without hesitation or shame. The science here is compelling. A landmark study from Harvard, published in European Urology in 2016, followed over 31,000 men and found that those who ejaculated 21 times a month had a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. That's a significant number. And it's not just about cancer prevention. Ejaculation acts like a natural cleanse for your prostate, flushing out old fluids and dead cells that can build up and cause inflammation. Think of it like clearing out a clogged pipe. Keeping things flowing reduces irritation and helps your prostate stay healthy. Beyond that, each time you ejaculate, your body releases oxytocin and prolactin, hormones that promote deep relaxation and better sleep. They also help balance your hormones and lift your mood, giving you a sense of calm and confidence that carries through your day. Now, let's talk about how to make this a part of your life in a way that feels right for you. The goal is regular ejaculation. About 3 to 5 times a week works well for most men. Whether it's through sex with a partner or masturbation, both are equally beneficial for your prostate. If you're in a relationship, this can be a chance to deepen your connection. Have an open, honest conversation with your partner about why this matters for your health. It's not just about physical benefits, it can bring you closer, rekindling intimacy and trust. If you're single or prefer solo self-care, that's just as valid. Create a comfortable, stress-free environment, maybe a quiet evening with soft lighting or a warm bath beforehand. The key is to approach this as a natural part of caring for your body, like eating well or taking a walk. I know this topic can feel sensitive. For many men, especially as we age, there's a stigma around masturbation, often tied to cultural or personal beliefs. But let me be clear, this is about health, not shame. It's no different from exercising or drinking enough water. It's a way to support your body's natural rhythms. If you're feeling hesitant, start small. Remind yourself that this is a science-backed practice that's good for you, like brushing your teeth or getting enough rest. Over time, it can become a comfortable part of your routine, one that leaves you feeling lighter and more in tune with yourself. Let me share a story about William, a 66-year-old widower who came to me feeling embarrassed and alone. After losing his wife of 40 years, William struggled with frequent urination and restless nights. But what weighed on him most was a sense of disconnection from himself. He'd heard old myths about masturbation being wrong or unhealthy, so he avoided it, even though he was curious about its benefits. When I explained the Harvard study and how ejaculation could help his prostate, he was skeptical but willing to try. I encouraged him to see it as self-care, like taking a walk or eating a healthy meal. William started slowly, creating a calm space in his evenings for this practice. Within a month, he noticed a difference: fewer trips to the bathroom at night, deeper sleep, and a surprising lift in his mood. He told me, "Dr. Cole, I feel like I'm taking care of myself again, not just my body but my spirit." That newfound confidence changed how he carried himself, from joining a book club to smiling more with his grandkids. This habit is about empowering yourself. It's a natural, free, and effective way to protect your prostate and feel more alive. Whether you're sharing this with a partner or embracing it on your own, it's a step toward better health and a happier you. What surprised you most about this habit? Maybe it's the science or the idea that something so natural can be so powerful. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're in this together, and I'd love to hear from you. These habits we've talked about are powerful tools, but what happens if your symptoms don't go away? Let's explore the next steps to keep you on the path to vitality. If you're waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom or feeling that heavy, uncomfortable pressure in your pelvic area, it's easy to feel discouraged, like your body's working against you. But don't lose hope. Small changes and the right care can make a tremendous difference in how you feel and live. As a doctor who spent nearly 50 years helping men navigate these challenges, I've seen countless patients turn their prostate health around by combining simple lifestyle habits with smart medical steps. You don't have to let these symptoms define your days or dim your confidence. Let's talk about practical, actionable ways to tackle prostate issues head-on and get you back to feeling like yourself. The foundation starts with the habits we've already explored, and they're worth doubling down on if you're struggling. Timing your hydration. Drinking plenty of water in the morning and afternoon while easing up after 6 p.m. can calm your bladder and reduce those nighttime urges. Eating prostate-friendly foods like cooked tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, and small oily fish like sardines gives your body the nutrients it needs to fight inflammation and support healthy function. And those short, 10-minute walks after meals, paired with deep breathing, can lower blood sugar and boost pelvic circulation, easing the strain on your prostate. These aren't just habits, they're your first line of defense, and they're powerful because they're simple and within your control. Research shows that men who stick with these changes can see up to a 40% reduction in symptoms like frequent urination, often within weeks. It's like giving your body the tools it needs to heal itself. But sometimes, lifestyle changes alone aren't enough, especially if your symptoms are persistent or worsening. That's where medical care comes in, and it's nothing to shy away from. If you're noticing ongoing issues, trouble starting urination, a weak stream, or that constant need to go make an appointment with a urologist, they're specialists who can dig deeper into what's happening with your prostate. Regular checkups are crucial, and 2 tests can provide clarity: the PSA test, which measures prostate-specific antigen levels in your blood, and the DRE, or digital rectal exam, which allows a doctor to feel for any abnormalities in the prostate. These tests aren't something to dread, they're quick, straightforward, and can catch issues early, when they're easiest to manage. For example, An elevated PSA might signal inflammation, an enlarged prostate, or, in some cases, something more serious like prostate cancer. Catching it early can be a game changer. If your doctor suggests medications or procedures, don't panic. Options like alpha blockers can relax the muscles around your prostate to improve urine flow, or minimally invasive procedures can relieve severe symptoms. But here's my advice: always prioritize lifestyle changes first. They can often reduce the need for medications or make them work better if you do need them. I've seen men combine these habits with medical guidance and feel like they've turned back the clock on their health. The key is to act sooner rather than later. Waiting too long can make symptoms harder to manage. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 64-year-old woman who came to me worried about her husband. John was 66, a retired postal worker who'd always been the life of the party. But for over a year, he'd been quieter, more withdrawn. He was getting up 5 times a night to urinate, and the exhaustion was taking a toll. Sarah shared, "Dr. Cole, he's avoiding me not because he doesn't care, but because he's embarrassed. It's breaking my heart." John had brushed off his symptoms, thinking they were just part of getting older, until a routine checkup showed an elevated PSA level. That was his wake-up call, with my guidance. John started with the lifestyle habits we've discussed: smart hydration, prostate-friendly foods, and post-meal walks. He also saw a urologist who recommended regular PSA tests and a DRE to monitor his prostate. Within 3 months, John's symptoms had eased significantly. He was sleeping better, feeling more energetic, and, as Sarah put it, he's back to cracking jokes and holding my hand again. Those steps didn't just help his prostate, they brought joy back to their marriage. You have the power to take charge of your health, and it starts with not ignoring what your body's telling you. When was your last checkup? If it's been a while, or if you're noticing symptoms, make a plan to see a doctor. Drop a comment below to share when you had your last checkup. It might inspire someone else to stay proactive. These steps, lifestyle and medical, are like 2 sides of the same coin, working together to keep you strong and confident. Now, let's clear up some common questions about prostate health to make sure you feel fully equipped. You've got questions about your prostate, and I'm here to give you clear, honest answers to help you feel confident and in control. After nearly 50 years of working with men just like you, I know how confusing it can be to sort through the noise about prostate health. Maybe you're wondering if diet alone can fix your symptoms, or if frequent trips to the bathroom always mean a prostate problem. These are real concerns, and they deserve straightforward, trustworthy answers. Let's dive into 5 of the most common questions I hear in my practice, so you can walk away with clarity and a plan to move forward with confidence. First, let's tackle a question I hear all the time. Can diet alone fix an enlarged prostate? The short answer is that diet is a powerful tool, but it's not a cure on its own. Foods like cooked tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, and sardines are packed with nutrients that reduce inflammation and support your prostate. But an enlarged prostate, known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, often needs a broader approach. A 2020 study in the Prostate Journal showed that men who ate a diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods saw a 30% improvement in symptoms. But combining those foods with other habits, like smart hydration and regular checkups, gives you the best shot at real relief. Think of diet as a strong foundation. You still need to build the rest of the house with medical guidance and lifestyle changes. Another question I get a lot is frequent urination always a prostate issue? Not always, and this is important to understand. That constant urge to go could come from a bladder issue, like an overactive bladder, or even something like diabetes, which can increase urine production. Infections or kidney problems can also play a role. A 2019 article in Urology found that about 20% of men over 60 with urinary symptoms had issues unrelated to the prostate. The best way to know for sure is to see a doctor, who might recommend tests like a urine analysis or blood sugar check alongside a prostate exam. Don't guess, get answers so you can target the right problem. Then there's this one. Does ejaculation hurt the prostate? For most men, the answer is no. In fact, it's beneficial. Regular ejaculation, whether through sex or masturbation, helps flush out fluids and cells that can build up and cause inflammation. That Harvard study we talked about showed it can lower prostate cancer risk by 33%. But here's the catch: if ejaculation is painful or uncomfortable, that's a red flag. It could signal an infection or another issue, like prostatitis. If you notice pain, don't ignore it. Talk to a urologist to get it checked out. For the vast majority, though, this natural act is like a gentle cleanse for your prostate, keeping it healthier over time. A question that comes up often is, are supplements like saw palmetto effective? There's some promising evidence here, but it's not a slam dunk. Saw palmetto, a plant extract, has been studied for its ability to ease BPH symptoms, like weak urine flow. A 2018 review in the Journal of Alternative Medicine found that it helped about 40% of men with mild symptoms, but results vary widely. The problem: supplements aren't regulated like drugs, so quality can differ, and they can interact with medications you're already taking. Before you try saw palmetto or any supplement, have a conversation with your doctor to make sure it's safe and right for you. It's like adding a tool to your toolbox, useful, but only if it fits the job. Finally, I often hear, how often should I get a PSA test? The PSA test, which measures prostate-specific antigen in your blood, is a key way to monitor prostate health. For most men, starting at age 50, an annual PSA test is a good rule of thumb. But if you're at higher risk, say, you have a family history of prostate cancer, or you're African American, you might need to start earlier, around age 45. A 2022 guideline from the American Urological Association recommends tailoring the schedule to your risk factors, so talk to your doctor about what's best for you. Regular testing can catch changes early, giving you peace of mind and a chance to act quickly if needed. Let me take you back to Robert, the retired teacher I mentioned earlier. When he first came to me, he was full of questions like these. He wondered if his diet was enough, if his symptoms meant something worse, and whether he needed tests. He was frustrated and a little scared, feeling like his body was a mystery he couldn't solve. We worked together to adopt the habits we've discussed: smart hydration, prostate-friendly foods, and short walks, and he committed to regular checkups. His first PSA test showed slightly elevated levels, but with lifestyle changes and monitoring, he brought his symptoms under control. Robert told me, "Dr. Cole, I feel like I'm driving my own health again, not just along for the ride." Best of all, he and his wife, Sarah, rediscovered their closeness, sharing quiet evenings that felt like their early years together. Which of these questions hit home for you? Maybe you're wondering about supplements or when to get tested. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. It might help someone else feel less alone. These answers are your roadmap to clarity, and you're already taking steps by learning more. Now, let's wrap up with how these habits can transform your life and keep you feeling vibrant for years to come. We've covered a lot today, and I hope you're feeling empowered to take charge of your prostate health with simple, practical steps that can make a real difference. It all comes down to 3 powerful habits you can start right now. First, smart hydration. Drinking plenty of water in the morning and afternoon. Easing up after 6 p.m. to calm your bladder and help you sleep through the night. Then, nourishing your body with prostate-loving foods like cooked tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, and small oily fish such as sardines, which fight inflammation and support your vitality. And don't forget those short, 10-minute walks after meals, paired with deep breathing, to keep your blood sugar steady and your pelvic circulation strong. Finally, regular ejaculation, whether through intimacy or self-care, acts like a natural cleanse, lowering your risk of prostate issues while boosting your mood and sleep. These aren't complicated or costly. They're science-backed, straightforward changes that fit into your life. Let's revisit Robert, the retired teacher we met at the start. He was exhausted from sleepless nights, pulling away from his wife, Sarah, because of embarrassment and fatigue. But by embracing these habits, sipping chamomile tea in the afternoon, adding pumpkin seeds to his meals, taking evening strolls, and letting go of old stigmas, he transformed his life. Robert went from feeling defeated to sleeping soundly, laughing with Sarah, and feeling like himself again. These changes didn't just ease his symptoms, they gave him back his confidence and rekindled the warmth in his marriage. That's what's possible for you, too. Taking care of your prostate isn't just about health, it's about protecting the moments that matter most. Sharing a quiet dinner with your partner, playing with your grandkids, or simply waking up feeling rested and ready for the day. You're not too old to feel vibrant, strong, and connected. Start with just one habit today, maybe a short walk after dinner or a handful of pumpkin seeds. Small steps lead to big changes, and you deserve to feel your best. Want one more secret? I've got a 15-second bedtime ritual that can further soothe prostate swelling. Check out my next video to learn it. If this resonated with you, give this video a like to help other men find these tips. Share it with a friend or loved one who might need a little encouragement. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next conversation. And please, drop a comment below. Which habit will you try first? I read every one and can't wait to hear from you. You have the power to protect your prostate and live with vitality. Let's do this together. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.